calendar that tells the truth about where your hours actually go, day after day, week after week. Because here's what I've found after years of watching successful people and unsuccessful people side by side. The difference between them is almost never talent, and it's almost never luck. The difference is what they do with the hours they've been given, and the calendar is the receipt. It's the proof of purchase. You can say whatever you want about your values, about your dreams, about what matters most to you, but your calendar will either back you up or call you out. Now, most people I talk to will tell me they value their health. They'll look me dead in the eye and say, "My health is everything to me." And I believe they mean it when they say it. But then I ask them, "Show me where exercise is on your schedule this week." And suddenly the room goes quiet. They start shuffling around, looking at their shoes, mumbling something about how they meant to get to it, but things came up. Things always come up, don't they? Things have been coming up for the last 10 years. And in those 10 years, the body has been quietly keeping score. The body doesn't care what you intended. The body only knows what you did. So when someone tells me their health is a priority, but they haven't scheduled a single hour for it in the last month, I don't argue with them. I just say, well, your calendar disagrees with you, and your calendar has better evidence. The same thing happens with family. Oh, how people love to talk about family. My kids are my world. My marriage is sacred. Nothing matters more to me than the people I love. Beautiful words, gorgeous sentiment. But let me look at your week. Let me see where the family dinner is. Let me see where the weekend outing is. Show me where you blocked 2 hours to sit with your son and actually listen to what's going on in his life. Not while you're checking your phone, not while the TV is on in the background, but truly sitting with him, fully present, giving him the kind of attention you give your biggest client at work. Because here's a painful truth. Most people give their employer their best hours and give their family whatever's left over, the scraps, the tired, distracted, half-present version of themselves. And then they wonder why, 20 years later, they feel like strangers in their own home. The calendar told them that was coming. They just didn't bother to read it. And what about learning? What about growth? What about becoming more than you are right now? I meet people all the time who tell me they want to be wealthy. They want financial freedom. They want to build something extraordinary. And I always ask the same question. What are you studying? What book are you reading right now? What skill are you developing this quarter? And so many of them look at me like I've asked them to solve a riddle. They have no answer because there's no block on their calendar for study. There's no appointment with learning. There's no time set aside to sit down with a book or a course or a mentor and sharpen the mind. They want the harvest, but they've skipped the planting season entirely. You can't reap what you haven't sown, and you can't sow what you haven't scheduled. It's that simple. The person who says they want to be wealthy but never schedules an hour to learn about wealth isn't serious. They're daydreaming. And daydreaming doesn't pay dividends. Here's what your calendar really is, and I want you to hear this clearly. Your calendar is not a planning tool. I know that's what they sell it as. I know that's what the office supply store tells you when you buy the leather-bound planner. But that's not what it is. Your calendar is a confession. It's a mirror. It's the most honest document you'll ever produce because it doesn't record what you believe. It records what you do. And what you do, day after day, is who you're becoming. You can tell me your philosophy all day long. You can write your goals on a vision board and stick it on the fridge. But if your calendar doesn't reflect those goals, then they're not goals at all. They're wishes. And wishes, my friend, don't build lives. Schedules build lives. I've seen this pattern so many times it almost doesn't surprise me anymore, but it still makes me sad. The man who says he wants to start a business but hasn't carved out a single evening to work on a business plan. The woman who says she wants to write a book but can't find 45 minutes in her day to sit down and write. The young person who says they want to be great at something, but spends 4 hours a night watching TV and calls it relaxing. Now, I'm not against relaxation. Rest is important. But there's a difference between rest that restores you and numbness that empties you. And most of what people call relaxation is really just avoidance dressed up in comfortable clothes. They're not resting. They're hiding. They're hiding from the effort it takes to build something meaningful. And the calendar is where the hiding happens. It's where the hours go to disappear quietly, without anyone noticing, until years have passed. Here's what I find so remarkable about the calendar. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't argue with you. It doesn't try to convince you of anything. It simply records the truth and waits. It waits for you to look at it honestly. It waits for you to add up the hours and face the math. Because the math is devastating if you're not paying attention. If you spend 1 hour a day on something that matters and 5 hours a day on something that doesn't, the math isn't complicated. At the end of the year, you'll have put 365 hours into meaning and nearly 2,000 hours into emptiness. Now you tell me, what kind of life does that equation build? What kind of person does that schedule produce? The calendar already knows. It's been trying to tell you all along. What I want you to understand is that the calendar is the mirror nobody wants to look into. And that's exactly why you have to look into it. The people who avoid examining how they spend their time are the same people who show up at 50 and wonder where their life went. They feel like they blinked and 2 decades vanished. But those decades didn't vanish. They were spent. They were handed out. Every single hour was given to something. The tragedy is that it was given away unconsciously, carelessly, without any real thought behind it. The calendar never lies. It can't lie. It's not capable of it. It simply reflects back to you, with perfect accuracy, what you chose to give your most valuable currency to, and that currency is your time. And once you see that reflection clearly, once you truly look at it without flinching, you'll either be inspired by what you find or you'll be horrified. Either way, you'll finally have the truth. And the truth, as uncomfortable as it may be, is always where real change begins. Now here's something that separates the extraordinary from the average, and it's not what most people think. It's not intelligence. It's not connections. It's not even hard work, although hard work matters. What separates them is design. The extraordinary person has designed their day. The average person is just reacting to theirs. And that difference, that one distinction, will produce 2 completely different lives over 10 or 20 years. One person wakes up and steps into a day they built on purpose. The other person wakes up and gets pulled into whatever is loudest, whatever feels most urgent, whatever shows up first. And by the end of the day, both people are tired. Both people feel like they were busy, but only one of them actually moved forward. The other one just moved. Think about what a deliberately built day looks like compared to a reactive one. The person who designs their day sits down, usually the night before or early in the morning, and makes decisions before the world starts making demands. They decide what matters most. They decide what they'll give their energy to. They decide ahead of time where the hours will go. And because they've already made those decisions, when distractions show up, when interruptions knock on the door, when someone else's emergency tries to take over their afternoon, they have something to measure it against. They can say, that's not what today is for. That's a powerful sentence, by the way. Most people never say it because they've never figured out what today is for in the first place. If you haven't decided what your day is for, then your day is for whatever anyone else wants it to be. And I promise you, other people will always find a use for your time. Always. The question is whether that use serves your life or theirs. The reactive person, on the other hand, starts the day with no plan. They check their messages first thing in the morning and immediately hand their attention over to someone else. They open their schedule and see blank space, and they think that means freedom. But it's not freedom. It's vulnerability. That blank space is an open invitation for the world to come in and rearrange your priorities. and the world will accept that invitation every single time. The phone rings and they answer. An email comes in marked urgent, and they drop everything. A coworker stops by with a problem, and suddenly 2 hours are gone. By noon, the reactive person has been busy. Oh, incredibly busy. But they haven't done a single thing that moves their own life forward. They've spent the entire morning working on someone else's agenda, and they don't even realize it because busyness feels like productivity. But it's not. Busyness is just motion. Productivity is motion in a direction that matters. Now, I want to talk about something I like to call anchor hours. These are the non-negotiable blocks in your day that define who you're becoming. Not who you were yesterday, not who other people think you are, but who you're actively building yourself into. An anchor hour is a block of time that's sacred. It doesn't move. It doesn't get traded away. It doesn't get pushed to tomorrow because something came up. It's as fixed as the foundation of a house, and everything else in your day gets built around it, not the other way around. Most people do the opposite. They build their schedule around their obligations and then try to squeeze in their personal growth somewhere in the cracks. And the cracks are never big enough. The cracks are where dreams go to be forgotten. So, what does this actually look like? Say you decide that from 6 to 7 every morning, you read. That's your anchor hour. It's not up for debate. You don't check whether you feel like reading. You don't ask yourself if you're in the mood. You don't weigh whether something else might be more pressing. 6 to 7 you read. Period. Now say you also decide that from 12 to 12:30 every afternoon, you review your goals and your progress. That's another anchor. And say you decide that from 8 to 9 every evening, you work on whatever skill you're building, a language, a craft, a business plan, a body of knowledge. That's a third anchor. 3 blocks. 3 non-negotiable commitments to your own growth. Everything else in the day, your job, your errands, your phone calls, your responsibilities, those things get arranged around the anchors. The anchors don't move for them, they move for the anchors. Now I can already hear someone saying, but what if my boss needs me at 6 in the morning? Well, then you set your anchor at 5. What if I have family stuff in the evening? Then you move the evening anchor to the afternoon or the early morning. The specific hour isn't the point. The principle is the point. And the principle is this. There have to be blocks in your day that belong to your future, not just blocks that belong to your present. Most people fill their entire calendar with present tense stuff. They give every hour to what's happening now. The job, the bills, the errands, the fires they're putting out. And there's nothing left over for what could come next. Nothing left for growth, nothing left for becoming. And so they stay the same year after year, and they wonder why life feels like a treadmill. It feels like a treadmill because they're running hard, but they're not going anywhere. They have no anchor hours pulling them forward into a new version of themselves. Think about a farmer for a second. A farmer doesn't wake up in the morning, look at the sky, and then decide whether it's a good day to plant. He doesn't check his mood. He doesn't play video games actions for an hour and then think, well, maybe I'll plant tomorrow if conditions are better. Not a chance. The farmer plants because it's the season. The season tells him what to do, not the weather, not his feelings, not what his neighbor's up to. When it's time to plant, he plants. When it's time to tend the crops, he tends them. When it's time to harvest, he harvests. His calendar runs on seasons, not on moods. And that's exactly how your calendar should work. You should have seasons in your life. A season for intense learning, a season for building, a season for producing, a season for reflecting. And within each day, the anchor hours are those seasons in miniature. The reading hour is your planting season. The skill building hour is your cultivating season. The review hour is your reflecting season. And over time, the harvest comes. It always comes for the person who respects the seasons. But here's what happens to the person who runs on moods instead of seasons. Monday, they feel motivated, so they get up early, they read, they exercise, they feel unstoppable. Tuesday, the motivation fades a little, so they sleep in an extra 30 minutes and skip the reading. Wednesday, something stressful happens at work, and the whole routine falls apart. By Thursday, they're right back to their old ways, reacting to whatever shows up, and the anchors have melted away like sugar in water. A month later, they try again. Same cycle, same collapse, same disappointment. And after enough of these rounds, they start believing the lie. I guess I'm just not disciplined enough. But discipline has nothing to do with it. The problem isn't a lack of discipline. The problem is a lack of structure. They never built the framework that discipline could live inside. Discipline without structure is just willpower, and willpower is a battery that runs out. But discipline inside a structure, inside a schedule built with anchor hours that don't move, that's a system. And systems don't care how you feel. Systems run whether you're motivated or not, whether the weather's good or not, whether your mood is up or down. The farmer doesn't feel like planting every single morning, but the season doesn't care about his feelings, and neither should yours. I want you to think about the people you admire most, the people who've built something remarkable with their lives. I guarantee you, if you could look at their calendar, you'd find anchor hours. You'd find blocks of time that are untouchable, protected, devoted to the things that made them who they are. They didn't become extraordinary by accident. They didn't stumble into greatness because they had one good week. They built their days with intention, brick by brick, hour by hour, and they did it so consistently and for so long that the results became inevitable. That's the power of a designed day. It makes the results inevitable, not instant inevitable. There's a difference. Most people want instant. They want to see results next week. But the design day doesn't promise you next week. It promises you next year, and the year after that, and the decade after that. And when you trust the structure, when you stop chasing instant and start building inevitable, everything changes. Your calendar stops being a to-do list and starts being a blueprint. And a blueprint, unlike a to-do list, actually builds something that lasts. I want to ask you something that might sting a little, but I'm asking because I think you need to hear it. What are you putting up with in your life right now? Not the big obvious stuff, not the crisis, not the emergency, not the problem keeping you up at night. I'm talking about the small things, the subtle things, the things you've quietly accepted as just the way it is, the evening that disappears into nothing every single night, the Saturday morning that somehow vanishes before you've done a single meaningful thing, the lunch hour you hand over to gossip or late night television, day after day, night after night. These aren't emergencies. Nobody's going to hold an intervention because you wasted a Tuesday evening. No alarm is going to go off because you let another weekend pass without working on your dream. And that's exactly what makes these things so dangerous. They're silent. They pile up without any announcement. And by the time you notice the damage, years have gone by and you're standing in the middle of a life you never meant to build. Here's what I've come to understand about tolerance and time. Every hour in your day that isn't deliberately given to something meaningful doesn't just sit there, empty and harmless, waiting for you to fill it. That's the illusion. People look at blank space in their calendar and think it's neutral ground. They think it's a gap, a pause, a little pocket of nothing. But there's no such thing as nothing in a calendar. Every unscheduled hour is a scheduled hour. You've just scheduled it for whatever happens to drift in. And what drifts in is almost never growth. What drifts in is almost never progress. What drifts in is the lowest effort, lowest value thing available to you at that moment. It's the TV. It's the idle conversation. It's the third trip to the kitchen when you're not even hungry. It's the stack of magazines on the coffee table. It's the comfortable, mindless, effortless thing that asks nothing of you and gives you nothing back. That's what fills the empty space when you leave it open. Not inspiration, not motivation, not some sudden burst of ambition, just noise, just filler, just the quiet hum of a life slowly leaking out through the cracks you left open. Now let's take it a step further so we get to see the whole picture. When you put up with low standards in how you spend your time, you're not just losing hours, you're building something. You're putting together what I'd call a phantom schedule. It's a schedule that runs your life without your permission, without you knowing, and without your say. So, you didn't design it. You didn't sign off on it. You didn't sit down one day and say, I think I'll spend 4 hours every evening doing absolutely nothing worthwhile. Nobody does that on purpose. But the phantom schedule doesn't need you to do it on purpose. It just needs your silence. It just needs you to not schedule something better. That's the price of entry, silence. Passivity, the absence of a decision. And once the phantom schedule takes hold, it becomes incredibly hard to push out because it disguises itself as rest. It disguises itself as me time. It disguises itself as I earned this. And who wants to argue with rest? Who wants to challenge their own downtime? So the phantom schedule gets stronger day by day, and it starts running more and more of your life, while the life you actually wanted quietly slips into the margins. Think about what this looks like over the course of a single week. You wake up Monday morning and you've got a few things to do for work, maybe a meeting or two, some things to knock out. Those take up part of your day. But what about the rest? What about the 3 or 4 hours in the evening after work? What about the time in the morning before your obligations kick in? What about the pockets during the day that are technically open? If you haven't given those hours to something deliberate, something intentional, something that serves the person you're trying to become, then the phantom schedule will fill them for you. And it'll fill them with comfort every single time. Because comfort is the default setting of being human. Nobody drifts toward discipline. Nobody accidentally ends up reading a book about economics or practicing a difficult skill. Those things take intention. Those things take scheduling. Comfort, on the other hand, takes nothing. You just sit down and it finds you. And it'll keep finding you night after night, week after week, until you look up one day and realize that comfort has eaten the years you were supposed to use for building. I want to talk about the phrase, I'll get to it later, because I think it's one of the most expensive phrases in the human language. Every time you say, I'll get to it later, you're making a payment. You're paying with time, and you're paying at a rate you don't fully understand. Because later almost never shows up. You know this. I know this. We've all lived long enough to know that the thing we push to later rarely gets done. It gets pushed again and again and again until eventually it just falls off the list. And we don't even grieve it. We don't hold a funeral for the abandoned intention. We just quietly let it go and pretend it was never important. But it was important. That book you were going to read mattered. That skill you were going to develop mattered. That conversation you were going to have with your spouse or your kid mattered. It all mattered, but later soaked it up like a sponge and now it's gone. Not because something better took its place, because nothing took its place. That's the cruelest part. The things you put off don't get replaced by greater things. They get replaced by lesser things. They get replaced by the trivial, the convenient, the effortless. You traded something valuable for something worthless, and you did it so quietly, you didn't even notice it happening. Here's the truth. Distraction isn't random. I know it feels random. I know it feels like distractions just show up out of nowhere, like unwanted guests at your door. But that's not how it works. Distraction isn't some force that attacks you from the outside. Distraction is what fills the space you left empty on the inside. It's what rushes in when intention rushes out. Think of it this way. If you have a garden and you don't plant anything in it, weeds will grow. The weeds don't need your permission. They don't need an invitation. They just grow because the soil is open and nothing else is using it. Your calendar works the same way. The hours you don't fill with purpose will grow weeds, and those weeds are your distractions. The TV is a weed. The mindless watching is a weed. The 2-hour phone call about nothing is a weed. They're not growing because they're strong. They're growing because you left the ground untended. And the only way to stop weeds isn't to pull them out one by one after they've already taken root. The way to stop weeds is to plant something better in the soil before they ever get a chance to show up. This is why I say that what you tolerate, you schedule by default. Tolerance is a form of scheduling. When you tolerate an evening of doing nothing, you've scheduled an evening of doing nothing. When you tolerate a weekend of drifting from one distraction to the next, you've scheduled a weekend of drifting. You didn't write it in your planner. You didn't put it on your calendar in ink, but it's there. It's as real and as locked in as any appointment you've ever made. The only difference is you made this one without thinking about it. And those are the most dangerous kind because you can't see them and you can't cancel what you can't see. They just run quietly in the background of your life, eating up hours that could have been used for something that actually changes things. And because they're invisible, because they never announce themselves, because they never send you a reminder, you can go months or even years without realizing your phantom schedule has been calling the shots the whole time. So what do you do about it? How do you break the cycle and take back the hours that have been quietly slipping away? You start by telling the truth. You start by looking at your week, not the version you wish it were, but the version it actually is. And you find every block of time that's currently unassigned, every gap, every margin, every evening, every weekend morning. And then you ask yourself one simple question about each one. Is this block serving the person I'm becoming, or is it just keeping me comfortable? And if the answer is comfort, you don't beat yourself up. You don't get down on yourself. You just make a new assignment. You take that block and you give it a job. You plant something in that soil. It doesn't have to be grueling. It doesn't have to be painful. It just has to be on purpose. An hour of reading, 30 minutes of planning, an evening spent working on a project that excites you. Anything that moves you forward, anything that puts a deposit into the account of your future self is better than the nothing that was there before. Because nothing isn't neutral. Nothing is the most expensive thing you can schedule. And you've been scheduling it without even realizing it. Until now. I want you to try something with me right now. And I want you to take it seriously. Because what I'm about to walk you through has the power to either confirm you're on the right track or shake you awake in a way nothing else has. I want you to take your current calendar, the one you're actually living right now, this week, this month, and project it forward 5 years. Not the calendar you're planning to have someday. Not the one you keep telling yourself you'll start next month. The one you're actually running today. Take that exact rhythm, that exact pattern, those exact habits, and multiply them by 260 weeks. That's 5 years. That's what's sitting in front of you. And I want you to sit with what those 5 years will produce if nothing changes. Because most people have never done this. Most people live week to week, day to day, and they never stop to figure out the long-term cost of their current routine. They never run the numbers on their own time. They'll run the numbers on their mortgage. They'll run the numbers on their car payment. They'll calculate the interest on a loan down to the penny. But they won't spend 10 minutes figuring out what their daily schedule is turning into over the next 5 years. And that, I believe, is one of the great tragedies of a life that goes unexamined. Listen, the math here is simple, but what it means is staggering. Say that right now. Today, you read for 30 minutes a day. Just 30 minutes. That doesn't sound like much, does it? Half an hour. You could fit it in before breakfast. You could fit it in at lunch. You could fit it in before bed. 30 minutes. Now multiply that by 365 days. That's about 182 hours of reading in a single year. In 5 years, that becomes over 900 hours. At an average reading speed, that's somewhere between 70 and 90 books over 5 years, depending on the length and how dense they are. 70 to 90 books. Can you imagine what kind of person you'd become if you read 70 to 90 carefully chosen books over the next 5 years? Can you imagine how deeply you'd understand your field, human nature, leadership, money, or whatever you chose to focus on? That's the power of 30 minutes a day stretched across 5 years. It doesn't feel powerful on a Tuesday morning. It doesn't feel like a big deal when you're sitting there with your book and your coffee and the house is quiet. But it is. It's one of the most powerful things you could ever do for yourself, and all it costs is 30 minutes you were probably going to waste anyway. So what does the other side of that look like? Because the math works both ways. Say that right now. Today, you read 0 minutes a day. Nothing. Not a page, not a paragraph, not a chapter. You've told yourself you'll start eventually, but eventually hasn't come. And if we're being real with ourselves, it probably isn't going to. So your reading total for this year is 0. And next year, if nothing changes, it's 0 again. And in 5 years, you'll have read 0 books. You'll have picked up 0 new ideas from the written word. You'll know exactly what you know right now, minus whatever you've forgotten, because the mind doesn't just sit still. It either grows or it fades. There's no in between. So the person who reads nothing for 5 years doesn't stay the same. They actually fall behind. They become less informed, less sharp, less capable, less competitive, less interesting. The world moves forward and they stay put, which means the distance between where they are and where they could have been gets wider every single year. And the saddest part is that closing that gap later costs way more than creating it costs right now. 30 minutes a day. That's the whole price of avoiding that slow, quiet decline. Now take that same idea and apply it to every part of your life, because the way time compounds isn't limited to reading. It works everywhere. Take your health. If you walk for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, for 5 years, you'll have walked roughly 650 hours. That's like walking across an entire country. Your heart will be stronger. Your joints will hold up better. Your weight will be easier to manage. Your energy will be higher. Your trips to the doctor will be fewer. All from 30 minutes of walking that most people say they can't find time for. Now take the person who does nothing. No walking, no exercise, no deliberate movement for 5 years. Where does their body end up? You already know the answer. You've seen it. You might even be living it. The body that gets ignored for 5 years doesn't just stay where it was. It breaks down. It stiffens up. It gets weaker. It holds on to what it should burn and burns through what it should keep. And 5 years from now, that person isn't just out of shape. They're dealing with problems that didn't exist 5 years ago. Problems that could have been avoided, or at least pushed off, by 30 minutes of movement a day. The calendar was trying to send them a signal. The blank space where exercise should have been was flashing like a warning light. But they didn't read it, and now the bills arrived. Think about your home life, because the compounding math works there too. And it might be where it matters most. If you spend 30 minutes a day in real, undistracted, meaningful conversation with someone you love, your spouse, your kid, your closest friend, that's about 182 hours a year. Over 5 years, that's more than 900 hours of genuine connection. 900 hours of listening, sharing, understanding, building trust, working through disagreements, getting closer. What kind of relationship do you think you'd have after 900 hours of truly being present? I'll tell you what kind. The kind most people dream about but never build, because they never made the daily investment. Now take the opposite. 0 minutes of real connection per day, not 0 time together. You might be in the same house, the same room, sitting on the same couch. But 0 minutes of true, undistracted, intentional conversation. 5 years of that, and what do you have? 2 people who live together but don't really know each other anymore. A relationship that looks fine from the outside but feels empty on the inside. A marriage or a friendship running on fumes for so long that neither person remembers what it felt like when the tank was full. And both of them will say, "I don't know what happened. We just grew apart." But that's not what happened. What happened is they never put time on the calendar to grow together. and growing apart is just what happens when growing together isn't scheduled. I want you to think about skills for a moment. Whatever skill you wish you had, being able to speak in front of a group, managing money well, knowing how to negotiate, how to lead, how to sell, how to write. That skill is available to you. It's not locked behind some gate that only gifted people can get through. It's right there waiting, and the only key it needs is time. Consistent, daily, compounding time. If you practiced a skill for 45 minutes a day for 5 years, you'd rack up over 1,300 hours of practice. 1,300 hours. Research shows that someone with 1,000 hours of focused practice in almost any area goes from beginner to capable, and often from capable to impressive. You could get genuinely good at almost anything in 5 years if you gave it 45 minutes a day. But most people won't do it. Not because they can't find the time. They can find 45 minutes. They can find 2 hours if they're honest about how they spend their evening. They won't do it because the payoff is invisible on any given day. 45 minutes of practice on a Monday doesn't feel like progress. It feels slow. It feels boring. It feels like you're not getting anywhere. And because the reward is delayed, because the compounding hasn't kicked in yet, because the results are still hundreds of days away from showing up, most people quit. They quit at day 30 or 60 or 90, right before things start to click. And then they spend the next 5 years watching other people do the thing they wish they could do, never realizing that the only difference is the other person didn't quit at day 90. Here's what I want you to do with all of this. I want you to take your current schedule, the real one, the honest one, and sit with it like it's a financial statement. Because that's exactly what it is. It's just measured in hours instead of dollars. And I want you to look at what it'll produce in 5 years if nothing changes. Not the balance you're hoping for, the balance the math guarantees. Because the math doesn't negotiate. The math doesn't care about your good intentions or your promises or your New Year's resolutions. The math only knows what you actually do with the hours, and it compounds from there. If your current schedule is building something you're proud of, then you're on the right path, and all you need to do is protect it. Guard those hours, defend them. Don't let anyone or anything take them. But if your current schedule is building something that scares you, something that looks nothing like the life you said you wanted, then you've got a decision to make. And it's not a complicated one. It's simply this: will you change the schedule, or will you accept where it's taking you? Because those are the only two choices. There's no third option. You either redesign the calendar, or you accept the destination. The 5-year audit doesn't offer a middle ground. It only offers the truth, and the truth is that your future isn't some mystery. Your future is a math problem, and the answer is written in the calendar you're living today. There's one appointment on your calendar that matters more than every other appointment put together. And I'd bet most of you don't have it scheduled. You've got your work meetings. You've got your deadlines. You've got your dentist visits and your oil changes and your kids' school stuff. You've got lunch with coworkers and calls with clients and things that other people put on your calendar because they needed something from you. And you show up for all of it. You show up faithfully, consistently, without fail, because you're someone who keeps their word, and when you tell someone you'll be there, you're there. That's admirable. That's a quality worth having. But think about it. When's the last time you showed up for yourself with that same level of commitment? When's the last time you had an appointment with yourself that you treated with the same respect as a meeting with your most important client? When's the last time you sat down, closed the door, shut out the noise, and had an honest conversation with yourself about where your life is actually going? I'm not talking about the gym. The gym is great, and I hope you go, but that's not what I mean. I'm not talking about your morning routine either. Your morning routine is valuable. The coffee, the quiet, those few minutes of calm before the world starts pulling at you. But that's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking about something deeper than exercise and more focused than a general morning habit. I'm talking about the appointment where you sit down with your calendar, your goals, and your honest self, and you ask one question that can redirect your entire life. The question is this: is this calendar building the life I said I wanted? That's it. That's the whole meeting. One question. But it's the most important question you'll ever ask yourself, because the answer will either give you confidence or a correction. And both of those are gifts. Confidence tells you you're on the right path. A correction keeps you from walking the wrong one any longer. Either way, you come out ahead. The only way you lose is if you never ask the question at all. Now, why is this appointment so rare? Why do so few people actually schedule it? I'll tell you why. Because it takes honesty, and honesty is uncomfortable. It's a lot easier to stay busy than to stop and ask whether your busyness is actually getting you somewhere. It's a lot easier to fill every hour with activity than to pause and wonder whether that activity lines up with what you truly care about. Busyness has a way of making you feel productive, even when you're not. And that fake sense of productivity works like a sedative. It puts you to sleep, while your life drifts further and further from where you were trying to go. And as long as you stay busy, you never have to face the drift. You never have to look at the gap between where you are and where you plan to be. You just keep moving, keep doing, keep checking things off. And the movement itself becomes the point. But motion without direction isn't progress, it's wandering. And wandering might feel like freedom, but it's actually the most expensive kind of captivity there is, because you're trapped by your own avoidance and you don't even know the door is locked. The appointment with yourself is where the wandering stops. It's where you pull over, open the map, and figure out whether you're still headed toward the place you picked or whether you've been driving in circles for the last 6 months. And I want to be clear about what this appointment is not. It's not a pep talk. It's not a hype session where you pump yourself up and write affirmations on sticky notes. Those things have their place, but this isn't that. This is an audit. This is an examination. This is you sitting across from yourself and asking hard questions, not to punish yourself, but to protect yourself. To protect the future you said you wanted from the habits you've let pile up. Because habits pile up quietly, and if you're not checking on them every now and then, they'll take you somewhere you never intended to go. The appointment with yourself is your navigation check. It's the moment you lift your head up from the daily grind and look at where you're headed. And if it doesn't look right, if what's ahead isn't what you chose, you still have time to adjust. But only if you look. Only if you make the time to look. Here's what this appointment might actually look like, because I think too many people hear an idea like this, nod their heads, agree with it in theory, but have no clue how to actually do it. So let me make it real. Once a week, and I'd suggest the same day and same time every week so it becomes a fixed part of your calendar and not something you get around to, you sit down somewhere quiet. No phone, no music, no one else around. Just you, your calendar, and something to write with. And you look at the week that just ended. Not with judgment, not with guilt, just with curiosity. You ask yourself, where did my hours go this week? What did I put them toward? Did I give time to the things I say matter most? Or did I let the week run me? And then you look at the week ahead. You ask yourself, what are the 2 or 3 things that matter most to me right now? Not the most urgent things, but the most important ones. And have I given them a spot on next week's calendar? If you have, great. If you haven't, this is the moment to fix it. This is where you pick up the pen and write them in. Not pencil. Pen. Because pencil says, this might change. Pen says, this is decided. This weekly appointment isn't flashy. Nobody's going to clap for you because you spent 30 minutes alone reviewing your calendar. Nobody's handing out awards for it. But I'll tell you what happens over time. You start noticing patterns you never saw before. You notice that every week a certain chunk of time gets given away to something pointless. You notice that there are things on your calendar that don't serve your goals and never have, but you've kept them out of habit or guilt. You notice that the stuff you say matters most keeps ending up at the bottom of the list, crammed into the margins, getting whatever scraps of time are left after everyone else has taken what they wanted. And once you see those patterns, you can't unsee them. They follow you around. They tap you on the shoulder at random moments. And slowly, week by week, you start making adjustments. Small ones at first. You drop one obligation that was wasting your time. You move one important thing from the edge to the center. You protect one block of time you used to give away. And those small moves, over months and years, add up to a completely different life. Not because you made one dramatic change, but because you made 50 small corrections. And each one nudged you a little closer to the life you said you wanted. Here's what happens to the person who never keeps this appointment. The person who never sits down to look at their calendar is the person who's always caught off guard by where they end up. They're surprised the year went by and they didn't start the project. They're surprised they're in the same spot at work they were 3 years ago. They're surprised they don't know their teenager as well as they thought. They're surprised the weight came back, the debt grew, the relationship went cold. But none of it should be surprising, because all of it was showing up in the calendar months before it showed up in the mirror. The calendar is an early warning system, but it only works if somebody's reading the signs. And the weekly appointment with yourself is how you read them. It's how you catch the drift before it turns into a disaster. It's how you spot the gap between what you planned and what you're actually doing while the gap is still small enough to close. I want to leave you with this thought because I think it sums up everything we've talked about today. The person who never cancels on themselves is the person who eventually becomes uncancelable. Think about that for a second. Think about what it means to be the kind of person who treats their own commitments with the same seriousness as their commitments to others. The kind of person who, when they schedule an hour for their own growth, their own reflection, their own development, actually shows up for it with the same reliability as they show up for their boss or their clients or their family. What happens to that person over time? They become someone who can be counted on, not just by other people, but by themselves. They build a trust in their own word. They develop a confidence in their own follow-through. And that self-trust, that internal reliability, starts to show on the outside. Other people can feel it. Other people can see it. When you're someone who keeps promises to yourself, you carry yourself differently. You speak differently. You make decisions differently. You don't waver. You don't second guess. You don't need approval from the outside because you've already given it to yourself on the inside, week after week, appointment after appointment, in that quiet room where nobody else was watching. The calendar is the most powerful tool you'll ever hold in your hands, but only if you use it with intention, only if you look at it honestly, and only if you treat the appointment with yourself as the most important meeting on it. Not the meeting with the client, not the meeting with the boss, not the meeting with the committee, the meeting with you. Because every other meeting is about maintaining what already exists. The meeting with yourself is about building what doesn't exist yet. It's about putting together the future version of your life, one honest conversation at a time. And that future isn't built in one big dramatic moment. It's built in the quiet, the stillness, the unseen discipline of someone who sat down, looked at their calendar, told the truth about what they saw, and then had the guts to change it. That's how lives are transformed. Not by inspiration, not by motivation, not by a single powerful event, but by a repeated, private, sacred appointment that you keep with the only person who can truly change your life. And that person is you.